Guys doing here? Jason here. I got a Sony tape deck that was given to me from one owner. This came from a radio station, I was told. But what makes this one very unique is if you look at the record level call, the bass call, monitor, a lot of the decks you buy today don't have all these features. You got all the jacks, and there's the tape meter, all LEDs. This has 3 heads. I'm going to show you how clean everything is in there. And this one came from one owner. And this is how Sony did things. This one's made in Japan. And this is a heavy, heavy deck. You know, it gives you the remote option, record, play, that's a timer. Then you come over here, the input, select the line, mic. No tape deck I know today gives you the mic input. That's what made this one very, very unique. And also you can plug in just headphones by itself. And this is a time when Sony really did a lot of good quality stuff. And I remember when tapes were hitting the market, and it was a luxury. Tapes were expensive. This deck, when it was first built, was over $1,000 for a good quality one. This is all metal, solid construction. As you can see, no rust, all original rubber feet, original screws, all original. And I'll show you the back side of this. Line in, line out fixed. Sony made in Japan, right there. And sadly, we're not going to see electronics like this anymore. And this one fully works. The only thing wrong with it is choose the tape. I went over the tape capstans and I went over the heads. They're all checking out fine. Everything is properly realigned. Back in the day, people didn't know what these screws were, and I would see people trying to mess with these, and then you can really take it out of alignment. You have to use a properly scope when you're going to realign this. Proper diagnostics, and I'm learning that. You look at all areas when you're working on electronics. You get familiar with everything that's on the board, all the mechanical parts. You know, it's not just one problem will fix all of the problems. I learned that. You know, and I started collecting a lot of vintage electronics. This is very hard to come by a piece like this. I just picked me up an MCS 6205 belt-driven turntable, and the story, I'll do a video on that at a later time about that. But I like vintage electronics. I'm always into vintage stereos, Marantz, you know, Pioneer. Marantz made some good stuff. This is made by Sony. This is my video of my Sony cassette recorder deck. And it had to have new belts put on. And I think while I'm in there, I'm going to make sure that nothing's sticking. Now, when I recorded and rewound the tape and pause, it did fine. The belts just got so wore out in this. And they had the original belts on them. They were slipping. And electronics is my thing. You know, I was just thinking about a video that I saw. And, you know, it's getting harder to find this stuff in this good condition. This is in mint condition, this deck. And it came from one owner. And the guy that I got this from is retired military. And he deals with photography and photos and videos and other stuff. But look how clean that is. You don't find a lot of stuff like this online. And this is from my close friend that lives in the same county as me. I mean, look at the quality and workmanship of the door. I'm going to show you guys something really neat. Look at all that metal. You don't find machines like this today, unfortunately. I mean, this is, and everything works on this. What's holding me up is I got to find the belts for this. And I did check everything over. Everything is fine on the board. I looked at all the solder connections. They're in good condition. They're in good shape, no cracks. I checked all the different levels of tolerance. Everything checks out fine. Power supply is in good condition. So this is my Sony vintage tape deck. I just wanted to share with everybody. And I hope you got something out of the video, and see you next time.